So this is going to be a quick tutorial to share with you how to create your own sort of custom reverse effects, reversing samples and having it sort of reverse into the actual sample to sound something like this.
Here we go again!
And obviously this is not in the context of a song. It's a lot more powerful when it's in the context of a song, but it's a pretty cool effect to know how to do, and it has a lot of uses. You can actually just use these as sweeps. You don't have to use it going into the actual sample. For example, this is the reversed sort of snare sound, and it sounds good as a sweep. So yeah, there's a lot of versatility, and it's fun to mess around with. So anyways, basically we're going to be using audio in the sequencer window, which you cannot do in Reason 5 or older. You can do it in record, and you can do it in 6 and newer. But if you're in 5 or older, you won't be able to do it this way. There's other ways of doing it, but I'm not going to be explaining that in this video. So you can still watch it if you have 5, because there's still good information, but it's not, you can't do exactly what I'm doing. So anyways, I'm going to start by opening up a new window. And the first thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to set up my audio I/O, the sampling input, so I can resample inside Reason. I did this in another video, but I'm going to redo it here. Basically, you want to detach the master output and the sampling input, and we're going to create a spider audio merger splitter. We're going to split the main audio. One will go into the I/O like it was before, so we can hear it. The other one will go into the sampling input, so then we could sample the master output. And yeah, once you have that, you see that I have some devices here already. That's just how my default template is set up. You will need something that has a sample button, though, and that's just the way that I do it. You can do it different ways, but I like to have a redrum for the sample button. And then all you need to do is, let's go to our sequencer window, is we're going to bring in a audio file. So I'm going to import audio file. We're going to find the file that we're going to be using. In this example,
Here we go again!
I'm going to be using this sample. It doesn't matter what sample you use. You can use any one. The steps are the same. And I'm going to zoom in a bit so we can actually see it. And here it is.
Here we go again!
And there's a couple things I'm going to do to this. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click it and select reverse clips. That's going to put it in reverse. And then I'm going to make sure the track is selected, and then I'm going to throw a reverb on, and I want it on the full wetness, so it sounds like this. That level is a bit high, so I'm actually going to throw on a maximizer and just bump down the input gain. And that should help make it not so distorted sounding. And then this is sort of where you determine how long of a reverse you want. If you want a really long reverse, you're going to want to bump up this decay so it rings out for a while. If you want a shorter one, then you bring the decay down a bit. But I'm just going to leave it up like I just had it. And yeah. So now that we have that set up, all we have to do is record this. And the way that I'm doing that is I'm just hitting the sample button and then hitting play. I'm going to let it ring out until it's pretty much gone. Then stop, edit, crop, reverse, and you have the basic sort of reverse sound now. but we don't want this whole section, so I'm just going to cut it there. And actually, I need to crop this way. And there's a bit of silence here, so I'm going to get a bit rid of some of that. There's a little bit of a pop at the end, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to the very end, select a tiny little bit like I did right there, and then fade it out. And that just sort of prevents that little pop. We can normalize it just to boost up the level a bit, and then hit save. Now save to the sample, and you might be sort of wondering why we have it in this redrum, and that's just to record it or resample it. So the way that we want to bring it into the sequencer window is we want to create a new audio track, and then you do that by clicking here. And then you want to import audio file, go to song samples, self-contained samples, and then it will be in here. In this example, it's just called sample 1. So I select that, and wherever my playhead is, it's going to come in. So it's right there. And now I just sort of move it to where I want. The positioning might be a little bit weird, so you can either take the snap off and then move it into the position, or what I'll often do is I'll hold the Option, and then that'll allow me to time stretch it to the right length. And I can even time stretch the beginning of it and change it a little bit. I'm going to flip this back around to how it was originally, and I'm going to take off this actually, I'm not going to take off the reverb entirely. I'm just going to bump down the reverb a lot, so it's not an extreme setting like it was. And let's hear what it sounds like.
Here we go again!
That's close, but there was a little bit of gap in between this coming up and this sample starting. You can see that there's a little bit of space before it comes in. So what I'm going to do is take the snap off and just sort of bump it over a little bit. And then we'll listen back to it again.
Here we go again!
And that's pretty good. That's what I want. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. Hopefully you got something out of this, and thanks for watching.